if you are looking to build more risk management and kinesthetic skills into your sessions and also get way more enjoyment for your children, then I'd recommend getting a Barefoot Slackline. These are really nice pieces of kit, and today I'm going to be reviewing the kit that I've been using for the last year and a half or so. So I'll let you know everything you need to know about setting this up, as well as my thoughts on it, and plus my top tip for getting this tidy in the smallest amount of time possible. So this is the Barefoot Slacklines 15 meter kit. It's a really handy little kit. It all comes in just that one bag that you saw right at the start there. And we've got, say, about 6 major parts to it. So we've got our tree protectors. So these, one for each side. We've got our main slackline and ratchet. And then we've got a balance line or kind of handrail for the top as well. You do also get full instructions for this included as well. It's really handy to have everything in one kit just ready to go. So if you want to set up the slackline, all you need to do is grab this one bag. It has everything you need. To set the slackline up, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our tree protectors and we'll just go pop it around our tree, wrap it nice and tight, and then velcro it on. Yep. Then we can take our ratchet end, we'll just go past the loop around, and then the ratchet just drops straight through that loop. Then we can adjust it as we pull it tight, make sure it's sitting on the tree protector and it's not too twisted. There we go, we've got one side in place. Chosen your second tree, we're just going to take our second tree protector and just wrap it around. Now how high you go on your tree will depend on the age group you're working with, basically how far they can step up and their level of risk taking. But you want at least, I'd say, at least kind of knee height above the ground, because it will, especially over longer distances, unless you get it perfectly tight, which it's supposed to be a slack line, it will sag a little bit in the middle. Then we can take our both ends, so the end without the loop goes through the end with the loop, and we can pull a whole lot of strap through. You can probably tell that this slackline is in need of a good clean because it has been used quite thoroughly and has been really muddy lately. That's one of those things you never quite get around to doing, is clean and drying all of the kit, especially if you don't have beautiful sun like this to keep you dry. Okay, then we're going to take our end and we're going to go back to our ratchet strap. Okay, then we're going to open up our ratchet, and then the rule with straps is that you always go from the outside into the center. So from the outside of the hinge to the inside of the hinge. And we're just going to pull as much slack through as we can, and then we can start ratcheting. So we're just going to take the handle towards the tree, then we're just going to fold the handle in all the way until it locks flat and it's then secure. Then we have our basic slack line. We could do the exact same thing with the top rope, the guide rail. And there we go. That's how easy it is to set up the slackline. It's pretty simple, basically just 4 steps, and you have a slackline in place. As I said, this is quite a long kit, so 15 meters is an awful long distance, but it does work decently well with shorter distances as well. As long as you've got strong enough trees to support the weight of the children, and you don't forget that there will be multiple children using this slackline at a time, then it's quite easy to set up. I've been quite impressed with the quality of this and have had no complaints at all. Easy to set up. It takes a bit of thinking to pack it away properly, but it's lasted good along well. It's barely showing any wear and tear, even with all of the mud and everything else that's dragged through. I've been really happy with the slackline, and I think it's a really good buy for the price, and it really adds an extra dimension to forest school. For those children who haven't yet started tree climbing, haven't yet explored balancing fully, this is a really good way to get them started on managing that risk, developing those kinesthetic skills of balance and so on. To pack the kit away, we basically go in reverse order. We undo our ratchets. Once they're fully open, then we can just pull our strap through and unloop it from the tree at the other end. Now, when these straps came from the factory, they were in really nice, neat coils, and I quickly worked out that putting them back in coils was not an effective use of my time. So I've developed a strategy for tidying these really long straps. It works with any sort of ratchet or similar webbing strap. The first job is to find the middle of the strap. So if you haven't marked it already with a pen, then the way to find it is to take both ends and you just go run your hands down till you find the middle. And then, as I said, it's worth just making a little mark there for future reference. And what we're going to do is we're just going to add an overhand knot on the top like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to daisy chain the rest of the strap. You can see it goes quite quickly. We're going to put our hand through the loop and we're going to grab a bit of the cord and we're going to pull it up and through the loop you've just made. Then we're going to reach through that loop and pull another bite through. Now we're just going to do that. We feed it in. This is basically crochet. A fun thing to teach the kids as well. Yeah, and then the last bit we can just take our strap all the way through. And there we go. We've got a nice, neat and tangle-free bundle of webbing. Then when you come to set it up again, it's as simple as finding the ends, pull that last bit of strand back through, and then we can just pull. And it all comes undone. There, you just need to unknot that last webbing piece and is ready to go again. So this is so much easier than trying to roll it or fold it or just stuff it. It gets all tangled and everything else. This works with extension cords, it works with ropes as well, and it's just a really fun way to tidy things. Once you've got all of your webbing straps daisy chained up nice and neat and tidy, you can then just pop it all back in the bag. It's nice when manufacturers make big bags for their equipment, so you're not always struggling to try and fit something in back into a bag where it got vacuum packed in originally. Don't forget your tree protectors. They are really easy to forget. Getting green ones doesn't help very much. There you go. All slits in, and then that is our set of Barefoot Slacklines all complete. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it, and Let me know if you have any questions about slacklines or forest school equipment, or if there's anything you'd like me to review. I'm open to anything and everything. Any feedback, just leave it in the comments below. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to Wellness Woodlands for making this video possible. If you're looking for a campsite with a difference over in the Bewdley Wire Forest area, then do check out Wellness Woodlands. Absolutely beautiful site with spots for hammock campers, plenty of space for tents, and even yurts and canvas tents you can hire. So do check them out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to make the most of every day, and I'll see you all next time.